Check. Alright. So, magandang araw. This will be our first meeting after the P1, ang unang topic ng ating P2. So, our topic for this week is the Newton's second law of motion. This is part actually or the introduction for kinetics. So, when we say kinetics, ang pinag-aaralan naman natin this time is the forces affecting the motion. Okay? So, kung dun sa kinematics, ang pinag-aaralan natin is the property of motions, the velocity, the displacement, the acceleration, etc. Pagdating dito sa kinetics, ang pag-uusapan natin are the forces affecting or causing the motion. Alright. So, for a while for best 026, I decided na iwasan, ila-left out ko yung dalawang topic, which is yung general curvilinear, and then the curvilinear itself. Kasi, masyado pa tayong maraming topic na kailangan pag-aralan. So, magpo-focus muna tayo sa mga topics na involved sa inyong board examination and then sa inyong CFE. Okay, so, nahanap ko lang saglit yung exact definition of kinetics. Dito yan sa pinakauna. So, we have to understand first the kinetics. Okay, so kinetics is the analysis of forces causing the motion. So, kung ano yung mga forces na nagpapagalaw sa motion. Pero, paano ba gumagalaw yung isang body? Okay, paano nakaka-apekto yung mga forces na to sa paggalaw ng isang body? For example, meron tayo for example isang level ground. Assume nyo level, hindi kasi pantay. Okay, and then we have two boxes. We have one box pala. So, let's say si box na to is a 10 kilogram box. Okay? So, ang nangyari ngayon, may dalawang bata na humahatak. Okay? Merong isang force 1 dito na binibigay ng isang bata and another force 2 na binibigay naman or ina-exert ng isa pang bata. Okay? So, in theory, if we analyze this as forces sa ating statics, okay, so F1 and F2 should be equal to 0. That is the static equilibrium. Okay? Pero in our case, if ever that F1 is not equal to F2, there will be a certain motion according to Newton. Okay? And that motion will be dictated kung sino yung mas mataas sa dalawa. Therefore, we can say that the net force being the change or the difference. Net force is the difference between the forces. Okay? Difference between the forces. Okay? So, if F1 is greater than F2, let's say F1 exerts a force of around, let's say, 1 kilonewton, and F2 exerts a force of around 2 kilonewton, okay? Then your net force becomes, assuming, so to get the net force, we assume first the direction of the motion. Kung ang ina-assume yung direction ng motion is, sabi natin, doon sa mas malaking ina-exert na force, therefore the acceleration is going on this direction. So, all the forces going on this direction will be positive. Okay? So, 2 kilonewton minus 1 kilonewton. Okay? This is the net of the exerted force. Pero hindi lang naman actually yun yung nag-a-act doon sa body. Okay? Kung meron tayong weight na nag-a-act dito, weight is given by mg, mass times the gravitational acceleration, and meron kang contact dito. So, kung merong contact, there will be a friction acting on the body and doon sa ating floor, assuming that this is your level floor. Okay? Kung yung friction na yan is always opposite doon sa direction. So, meron kang frictional force F sub F dito. Okay? And F sub S is equivalent to mu N, where mu is the coefficient of friction, or frictional coefficient yung tawag ng iba, or friction constant. And then, yung N naman is the normal force. Normal force is the force acted, okay, by the floor to the body. Normal force. Okay? So, ano si normal force? Normal force is the force acted by the floor to the body. Okay? Since meron kang weight acting on the weight exerted by the box, ang gagawin ng floor is i-counteract niya yan. In every action, there is an equal and opposite reaction. Okay? This is your normal force. And that is multiplied by mu n. Therefore, if we want to solve, since Ff is opposite to the direction of the acceleration or the frictional force is opposite to the direction of the acceleration, magiging minus ito. And the value of Ff, say our mu, so assuming mu is equal to 0.4, okay, walang mu na more than 1.0 kasi masyadong mataas yung friction nun, ibig sabihin, baka hindi na halos gumalaw yon, okay? So 0.4, and by summation forces vertical, we can say that N is equal to mg. Okay? Nangyayari lang ito kapag hindi laging N is equal to mg, nangyayari lang yan kapag nandoon sa level surface yung ating weight. Okay? 0.4 mg. Our mass is 10 kilograms multiplied by 9.81 meter per seconds. And since nakakilonewton ito, i-divide ko ito ng 1,000. Sir, bakit? Kilogram to meter per second squared is equivalent to Newton. Wag malilito kasi nalilito dito eh. Sabi nila, kilogram na to, kilo. Dapat kilo Newton. So, hindi. Kilogram to meter per seconds is just Newton. Okay? And this should be equal to the amount of mass being moved by a certain acceleration A. Okay? This is your equation for this figure. Okay? This is now your equation of motion. Ito yung tinatawag na equation of motion. Okay? This is the equation of motion along the direction x. But what if we have to find the equation of motion along the direction y? Okay? So the equation for motion along the direction y would be 0. Bakit sir 0? There is no instance na ito ay aangat. Kasi if we do summation forces vertical and summation forces vertical, we assume that this is not equal to 0. We have to find the acceleration or the motion. Okay? By summation forces vertical, we have N is equal to mg. And in this case, N is just equal to N, or N minus N is equal to 0. Tama. Therefore, there is no acceleration going upward. Okay? Nagiging 0 yung ating resultant if there is no motion on that direction. Okay? So, in our case, wala tayong our AY is equal to 0 and our A here is equivalent to MA, where A is the acceleration. Oops, but MA? A lang. Okay? Ito is may value. Okay? So, that is the foundation of the Newton's second law of motion or the equation of motion. Now, the basis for kinetics is the Newton's second law, which states that when an unbalanced force acts on a particle, the particle will accelerate in the direction of that force with a magnitude that is proportional to the force. Okay? So basically, ang sabi dito, the unbalanced force is your net force. This is your net force. Okay? If the mass of the particle is m, Newton's second law of motion may be written in a mathematical form as F, where F is the net force acting on the body in newtons or pounds, and that is equal to ma, where m is the mass of the object in kilogram or slugs, and a is the acceleration of the object in meter per second squared or feet per second squared. For the unit conversion, nag-attach ako dito. Mas maigi kung tandaan. So, ilan lang na may tatandaan dito. So, 1 pound force is 1 slug feet per second squared. 1 kilogram is 0.068 slug. Tapos, 1 meter per second is 3.28 feet per second squared. That's 30, 48, 39, 37. Okay, so madadali lang naman tandaan yung numbers. Now, what if our particle is moving on three-dimensional. Okay? So, nagmo-move siya on X, Y, and Z. So, dito kasi, kinonsider lang natin yung two-dimensional motion. You have X and Y. So, in this case, we have X, Y, and Z. Okay? So, kung mapapansin nyo dito, ano si I, J, K? So, similar dun sa ating pinag-aralan na unit vector doon sa, ano yung topic na yun? Curvilinear. Okay? So, I, J, and K designates the direction of the motion, okay? Or the direction of the forces. So, basically, ang ginagawa lang natin dito is, tawag dito, dinidissolve or bine-breakdown into components yung motion. The acceleration on X, the acceleration on Y, and then the acceleration on Z. Okay? So, the forces on each direction or each component is equivalent to M multiplied by the acceleration on that component. So, say X. Okay? So, the forces, the net force acting on the X component is equivalent to the mass of the particle multiplied by the acceleration on that direction or on that component. Okay? So, hindi naman natin ito masyadong pag-aaralan kasi papasok pa ito sa vector, doon pa sa may dulong part. Pero, just in case gusto kong ipasulat yung equation of motion, ito yung ating equation of motion. You just have to add I, J, K. Okay, let's proceed with the sample problem. So, a 50 kilogram crate shown below rests on a horizontal surface for which the coefficient of kinetic friction is 0.3. Actually, hindi to M. Nung kinapi ko yung problem, this should be mu or read as mu. Okay? Mu is equal to 0.3. If the crate is subjected to a 400 Newton towing force as shown, ito yun, determine the velocity of the crate in 3 seconds starting from rest. So, by the way, ibibigay ko na yung mga sample problem mga problem set last time. Okay, so drawing natin yung figure. Okay, wait lang. Copy ko lang yung figure. Okay. So, ito yung tsura ng figure. Ilagay ko dito. U is equal to... mu is equal to 0.3. And the mass is equivalent to 50 kilograms. The mass of the crate is 50 kg. The force acted is 400 newtons. And ano pa yung given ng problem? So, we have to find the velocity of the crate in 3 seconds starting from rest. So, what we have to find is the velocity at t is equal to 3 seconds. Okay? So, gunin muna natin yung mga forces acting on this. So, i-redraw ko lang on two-dimensional. Ito yung ating box. And then from the horizontal, may force na 400 Newton at an angle of 30 degrees. So, merong weight na nag-act doon sa box, sa center ng box, which is equivalent to 50 multiplied by 9.81. That is in Newton. And may normal force na nag-act dito, which is also equivalent. Okay? So, hindi pa natin mailalagay yung N, value ng N, kasi meron tayong additional force acting on this. Okay? So, we have a friction that is frictional force that is mu N. Mu N. Okay? So, by summation forces vertical, Alright, sige. So, phase of forces vertical. So, ang sabi sa atin ng problem, wala naman other force exerted to cause the acceleration upward. So, we can say that our acceleration is going on this direction. So, by summation, force is vertical. So, since there is no motion on the y direction on the vertical axis, sulat ko lang yung axis. Ay. This is x and this is y. Okay? So, summation forces on y, that should be equal to 0. There is no motion. Okay? So, W is equal to N plus 400 sine 30. So, observe ba't nag-summation forces vertical? We have to find the value of N so we can get the value of F. Alright? So, our W now, so we have a value for W pala. Kulagay na natin. This should be 50 by 9.81. This is in Newton. Plus N plus 400 sine 30. Therefore, the value of N would be 50 times 9.81 minus 400 sine 30. 290.5 newtons. Okay, so this is the value of N. So, we write the equation of motion. So, the equation of motion on x-axis, alright? So, if this is the direction of the force, then everything that opposing this direction would be negative. Okay? So, 400, positive ito kasi if we dissolve this into component, ayan yan. Okay? 400 cosine 30 degrees. Okay? So, wala na tayong force na nag-brought up ng acceleration or wala na tayong other force on the direction of motion. So, ilalagay na natin yung mga counter force, counter-resistive force, which is yung mu n, and that is equivalent to ma. Okay? This is the equation of the motion on x-axis. So, we have the value for mu n, we have the value for a, we can get the acceleration. Okay? So, 400 cosine 30 degrees minus mu 0.3 times 290.5. Alright, is equal, this is in newtons, this is also newtons, is equivalent to the mass 10 kilograms multiplied by acceleration. So, kung newton ito, newton din ito, our acceleration is in meters per second. So, the value of acceleration is 400 cosine 30 minus 0.3 times 290.5 or over 10 is 25.92 meters per second. Parang ang bilis naman. I think meron akong uy, the mass is 50 kg, not 10. So, this is 50. Nagtaka ako kasi sobrang bilis. 5.1852. 1852 meters per second squared. Alright? Now, this is the acceleration of the body considering the forces acting. Okay? So, ang tanong sa atin is the velocity at 3 seconds. Since we have a constant acceleration, so ito yung ating constant acceleration. Therefore, we can use the velocity as a function of time, which give us the BF is equal to BO plus AT. Tama? Check ko. Tama. Okay? So, the initial velocity is 0 because the object is starting from rest. Now, the final velocity is equivalent to AT. We have the value of our acceleration. We just have to find the value of our velocity. So, at t is equal to 3 seconds, our VF is equivalent sa 5.1852 meters per second squared multiplied by 3 seconds, which will yield to an answer of 5.1852 times 3. 15.56 meters per second. And this is the acceleration of the body at the velocity of the body rather at 3 seconds. Okay? So, for a while guys, meron lang importanteng this. Okay. Sample problem number 2, sabi dito, a 10 kg projectile is fired vertically upward from the ground with an initial velocity of 50 meters per second. Determine the maximum height to which it will travel. Okay, when we say projectile, this is an object that has a motion of a projectile, basta yun. Okay, so ang sabi sa atin, the projectile is fired vertically upward. Yeah. So sabi dito, we have an initial velocity of 50 meters per second. We have to determine the maximum height to which it will travel. So the height is denoted by Z. So if this is your projectile and this is your height, okay? So sabi sa atin, it is fired vertically upward. So the direction of the motion basically is here. Okay? This is your acceleration. Dito papunta yung ating projectile. But the time it reaches its maximum height, Z, okay, the projectile will change its course from going upward to going downward. Okay? So this will become your second motion of acceleration. So, the velocity at this point is equivalent to 0 kasi nagpapalit or may pansamantalang pagtigil sa paggalaw yung ating projectile dahil babaguhin niya yung kanyang direction. Okay? So, then sabi sa atin, determine the maximum height to which it will travel. So, napaka-importante nito kasi dito natin maintindihan kung paano nag-a-act yung gravity doon sa motion ng isang body. So, if we consider yung ating upward acceleration, upward motion, and we write the equation of motion, we all know that itong projectile has a value of W is equal to mg. Merong niyang weight na nag-a-act sa kanya. Okay? So, if we want to get the equation of motion, we have the values negative mg. Sir, bakit negative? So, if the motion is upward, okay, and your weight is opposite on the direction of the motion, therefore, we say that that is negative, which is ito. Okay? And that is equal, wala nang ibang nagkukos, that is equal to MA. Okay? So, cancel si A, si A, therefore, A is equal to negative G. Okay? If the motion is upward, your M is equal to negative G. Now, if the motion is downward, kung pababa na yung ating projectile, we have the same mg, okay, dito, and the direction is on the direction of the weight, okay? So, the mg now becomes positive, so, hindi na to pwedeng equal to 0. So, i-rewrite natin, okay? So, walang force opposing the direction of the motion. So, kung papansinin natin itong portion na to, wala nang force or wala nang weight na nag-act opposite on the direction of motion, therefore that is 0. Okay? And then we write all the motions or the forces on the direction of the motion. So first we have mg and then ma. So if we divide this by m, matatanggal yung m, our a is also negative g. Okay? So if we have a projectile na fired vertically, nakakaranas yan ng acceleration equivalent to the gravitational pull or the gravitational acceleration, which is equivalent in English units SI 9.81 meters per second squared. Okay? So solving na natin yung problem na to. Ang tanong sa atin is anong height daw yung pinaka mataas na mararating ng projectile. Okay? So we have the acceleration of the body, then this is constant. So by using the teka lang, naglalag kasi yung, kaya patigil-tigil ako. Naglalag yung aking drawing tablet. Ayun, ayaw niya mabura. Ayun. Okay na. Okay? So we take velocity as a function of displacement. Of displacement S. So in our case, the displacement is Z. Okay? So that is Vf squared minus Bo squared ay equivalent to Bo squared plus 2 AS. Okay? Alright. So our final velocity is 0. Bakit 0? Kasi pagdating niya dun sa maximum height, pansamantalang titigil yung particle. Okay? So this is 0 squared. And then our initial velocity is 50 meters per second. So 50 meters per second, and that is squared plus 2 times negative 9.81 meters per second squared multiplied by z. Okay? Z is our maximum height. So from here, you get the value of Z rather. Z is equivalent to 50 squared over 2 times 9.81. 127.42 meters. This is your answer. Okay, so I made a mistake. Kaya ako ito papintuhin to. Inisip ko kung saan ako nagkamali on this portion. Nakita ko na. Okay? So, ulitin natin yung discussion regarding the downward motion. Okay? So, the downward motion now, re-write natin Okay. So, on this side of the equation of motion is the forces acting on the body, on the particle rather. So, the forces acting on the body is mg. Positive, mg. Bakit positive? Kasi it is on the direction of the motion. Okay? And that is equal to the mass times the acceleration of the body. Therefore, cancelling the mass, if the motion is downward, A is equal to positive G. Okay? Correction. Kaya ako pahinto-hinto kasi I know that this is positive G, pero bakit parang mali yung ginawa ko kanina? Okay, mali talaga siya. So, ang ginawa ko kasi sinilipat ko dito. So, which is hindi dapat. Okay? Again, uulitin ko kapag ka magra-write tayo na equation of motion on this side, I guess this is my left side kasi I'm facing the computer. Okay? On this left side is the forces acting on the body. And then yung kabilang side, the right side naman, is equivalent always to MA, which is the mass of the body multiplied by the acceleration due to the net force acting on the body. Okay? So, correction. Next, So, sample problem number 3, ang sabi dito, a 10 kilogram box is subjected to forces shown. In each case, determine its velocity at the distance of 8 meters if v is equal to 3 meters per second at s is equal to 0. Motion occurs to the right. Okay? So, meron tayong dalawang scenario dito. Yung unang scenario is, ito lang yung mga forces acting on the body. Okay? So, yung ating block weighs 10 kilo, has a mass of 10 kilograms, and then meron siyang force na 200 kilonewton going downward. And then we have two forces, yung isang 40 kilonewton going to the right, and 30 kilonewton going to the left. So, ikakopy ko yung figure. Init na computer ko. So, we have two cases. So, unahin natin muna yung case A. Okay? So, the mass is 10 kilograms. Ano pa ibinigay sa atin? So, we have to find the velocity. Velocity at s is equal to 8. And then, velocity is equal to, may condition tayo dito, 3 meters per second at s is equal to 0. At s is equal to 0. Okay? So, assuming that this is our x-axis and this is our y-axis, so sabi din sa atin ng problem, the direction of motion is to the right. This is your acceleration. Okay? So, let's write the equation of motion. So, meron tayong binigay sa ating coefficient of friction. I-recheck ko yung problem. I think hindi na ibigay yung coefficient of friction. So, unfortunately, hindi nag-include ng coefficient of friction. So, kung hindi siya nag-include ng coefficient of friction, we assume that our mu is equal to 0. In this case, this is a frictionless motion. Ibig sabihin, walang epekto yung friction. Okay, so ang i-consider lang natin are the external forces. So, siguro, nakalimutan ilagay ng author, pero kasi yung solution niya, he did not consider the equation of motion. Okay, so sige, solve natin assuming that our coefficient of friction is 0. So, summation forces on x is equal to the motion, mass times acceleration. Okay, so the forces acting on this direction, we have 40 kilonewton minus 30 kilonewton. Supposedly, merong minus friction dito, which is mu n. But since mu is equal to 0, we can neglect this. And this is equal to the mass, which is 10 kilograms multiplied by the acceleration A. So, acceleration of the body becomes 40 minus 30 over 10. 1 meter per second squared. So, this is the acceleration of the body considering that this is a frictionless and also the forces are this. Okay? So, if it has a friction, therefore, you have to solve the value of n. Okay? To solve for the value of n, ang gagawin nyo is you have to find the summation forces on y And that should be equal to 0. Sir, bakit nga po ulit equal to 0? Kasi the acceleration on the y direction is 0. Wala tayong motion. Ang sabi lang sa atin ng problem, gagalaw lang daw yung ating body to the right. Okay? At hindi siya gagalaw vertically. Right? So, if the summation forces on y is equal to 0, therefore, we have 200 newtons. Siyempre, i-add mo yung nag-a-act dyan na weight. Merong weight na nag-a-act dyan, which is equivalent to mg. And that is equal to the minus normal force is equal to 0. So, your N would be 200 plus mg. 10 kilograms times 9.81. This will become N is equal to 298.1 newtons. Okay? So, kung may value ka ng N, ng mu rather, at ito yung value ng N mo, you can solve for the equation of motion here. Okay? So, ang tanong sa atin is the velocity at the distance of 8 meters. Okay? So, we have to write the velocity as a function of distance or displacement. Okay, so take note. Displacement. Take note. Kailan lang pwedeng gamitin itong velocity as a function of displacement? Gagamitin lang natin ito kapag alam natin that the acceleration of the body is constant. So in our case, the acceleration of body is just 1. Okay? So this is constant. So from here, you can use the formula Vf squared is equal to Vo squared minus, plus rather, 2as. Okay? Where s is the distance. So, ang sabi sa atin, as s is equal to 0, the value of b is 3 meters per second. So, we can say that this is our initial velocity kasi wala pang natatravel. Okay? So, this is your initial velocity. So, if we want to find the value of our final velocity at BO is equal to 3 meters per second, and our acceleration is 1 meter per second squared multiplied by 8 meters, which is the distance na hinahanap natin. The velocity is plus 2 times 8. 5 meters per second. So this is your velocity when the distance is equivalent to 8 meters per second.